Welcome to Talk of the Town. So we're in the throes of summer, which means we are in the throes of First Tee, the Low Country, camp and classes, golf everywhere.
Yeah.
Pat Zook is with us. He is the executive director of First Tee, the Low Country, for your monthly visit.
That's right.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you
I see
again.
you've got a Masters shirt on.
Well, I'm kind of batching it, so this is, maybe what was clean this morning.
Pat. All right. So we have summer camp, and everything started yesterday, which was June the 9th.
Right.
But there's still spaces. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Now the camps run 4 days a week for a week,
Yeah.
and I believe we're doing 4 of them on the island at our learning
Yes.
facility on Gumtree Road, and then we're going to do 2 out at Hilton Head Lakes,
Okay.
out in across the road from Margaritaville.
Mm-hmm. And the camps are by age group, is that correct?
Right. Yeah. There's 7 to 10 and 10 to 12 and 12 and above. There's age differentiation there.
So then you also have classes this summer, which are once a week.
Right.
So what is the difference between the camp and the classes?
Well, the camps are a lot more intensive experience. The kids are there for 2.5 hours for 4 days, Monday through Thursday. Our program director, Aaron Immel, runs most of them, and Aaron, he's a lot of fun. I think they end each camp with a water balloon fight.
Okay.
But it's the same curriculum. It's just done a little bit more compactly.
Okay.
And then the classes are once a week for 7 weeks, just like they are in spring, fall, and winter. So those are. We take a little bit more time with the life skills and the golf skills because we have a little more time.
And are those also during the day, or are they going to be at night, like late
They're
afternoon?
mostly during the morning in the summertime.
Okay.
Yeah, weekday mornings.
Okay, very good. And I think we need to remind folks that there are scholarships available.
That's right. When you go you go to our website to register for a class or camp, and it asks you if you need financial aid, and you just check the box, and
Right.
we take it from there.
Right, well, which is I really like that. I think it's important so
Yeah.
that it's really open to any young person.
That appeals to me, yeah.
Boys and girls.
That's right. That's right.
Speaking of girls, do you have a lot of girls in your program?
Well, I'm trying to remember because we just got our latest statistics back from the home office. I believe we're at 39% girls now.
I like that.
Yeah, and I just saw the latest National Golf Foundation statistics, and while women's golf is increasing, in fact, it's credited for the increase in interest in golf right now is through women mostly. And they're about 28% of the golfing population. It was down 22% or so during COVID.
Right,
But
right.
so we're still way ahead of the game.
So from your perspective, what is it about First Tee and golf that is so important to young people? Why is your program so critical?
Well, it's critical because, it used to be, for instance, when you and I went to school, high school, there was a lot of talk about what kind of person you were, did you have character? And now that's just, I don't think it's there anymore. It's all don't judge me, from what I can tell anyway. And I'm probably wrong, but that's okay. I think the biggest thing that First Tee says is we're not judging you, but we're saying this is what it takes to be I always like to say a productive, contributing member of society.
Right.
You need to be able responsible for yourself. You need to have honesty. You need to have integrity. You need to respect other people.
Right.
So I think that's where it's really important. I think golf is the hook because people just get, we were just talking, golf gets under your skin.
Right.
I mean, it really does. It's just, people get fascinated with just the movement of the golf swing. And it's very challenging, and I think people like to compete, and they like to compete with themselves, I think.
Well, and I also think with First Tee, it is your volunteers, your mentors, those other leaders besides a parent or a sibling. They have someone to look to that not only is teaching them about the skills in golf, but also about life skills.
Yeah, and research will tell you that the most important positive influence on youth development is having a adult mentor who's not a parent. They've actually done research on that. However you do that, I don't know, but they did it. And we've got such a great group of people. I mean, we've got people who have been with First Tee longer here in the Low Country longer than I have. They've been coaching since day one.
Wow. Well, thank you, Pat,
Thank
so much
you.
for being on Talk of the Town once again. It's good to have your updates about summer camp and also summer classes. We're in the throes of 2025 summer. Thank you so much, Pat Zook, who is the Executive Director of First Tee the Lowcountry. Check out the website.